Friends, welcome. If you are against the invasion of Ukraine and want to support our work with my team, you can like this. Take some time to see what is happening at the front. In the Kupiansk sector, the occupiers entered Sinkivka, but were unable to gain a foothold there and were driven out. In this section of the front, the Ukrainian armed forces stopped the enemy and reduced its offensive potential. This happened because the Ukrainian armed forces moved reserves to the Kupiansk direction, built defenses, and strengthened their firing positions. This made it impossible for the enemy to move. The occupiers are trying to break through the Ukrainian defense, but they cannot do so without reserve units. In Bakhmut, the occupiers rotated and moved a new tank battalion there. We can see the destruction of one of these tanks in this footage. And in this video you can see how the Southern Defense Forces used HIMARS to destroy 3 rather rare control points for the S-300B complex, 1 tank, and damaged 2 radar stations. This system is mostly used at the front to cover ground troops. Many Russian generals did not expect that Ukraine would be able to destroy such important weapons with such easy thanks to HIMARS. If you positively evaluate the work of Ukrainian defenders, please like and subscribe to the channel. But the occupiers have abandoned their plan to capture Avdiivka. According to the Institute for War Studies, they also complain that it is pointless for them to continue attacking Ukrainian positions in the Avdiivka sector because of the strong defense and counter-battery fighting. They hope to encircle the city and advance further. However, the enemy has not advanced a single centimeter in the Avdiivka sector over the past year. In the Berdyansk sector, the defense line did not help the Russian occupiers. After the liberation of Urozhaine village, the Russians have been massing reserves south of the village, digging new trenches, which complicates the advance of Ukrainian troops. At the same time, this is the second line of defense, and if they are digging trenches here, it means that the second line of defense was not ready. Russia did not expect that the Ukrainian army would be able to break through. If Ukraine makes this powerful breakthrough now, it will easily reach the operational space and the unfortified third line. Pause the video and write your opinion on this, friends. Let's move on the Zaporizhia direction. Robotyne, where fierce fighting is taking place, is less than 1.5 miles from the main Russian defense line. At the initial stage of the Ukrainian counteroffensive in early June, the forces of the 9th Army Corps used newly received Western equipment, but suffered losses. In addition, the Russians prepared for defense and set up minefields, which slowed down the advance of the Ukrainian military. The next phase of the counteroffensive, according to analysts, relied on infantry attacks. Ukraine trying to gain an advantage over the enemy by using asymmetrical methods of warfare, but this also did not lead to a breakthrough. Last week, Ukraine decided to send the reserve 10th Army Corps, which is armed with Western-style heavy equipment, to the battlefield. This led to a sharp intensification of fighting. It is not yet clear whether Russian troops have sufficient losses to create conditions for a breakthrough by the Ukrainian army. However, the front line is not landing still in the direction, and there are some advances. In this photo, you can see a destroyed Russian Howitzer MSTAB. These shots confirm that the occupiers' positions have been cleared, and therefore, the advance is underway. In the Kherson sector, fighting continues on the outskirts of Kozachий Tabor on the left bank of the Dnipro River. A foothold is being prepared for further offensive actions. Fields are being cleared of mines. As in other areas, by the way, Ukrainian sappers have started using a new demining tactic. They wait for enemy mines to heat up in the heat, and when it gets dark and the air cools, sappers launch drones with the thermal imagers, on the screens of which the mines heated by the sun during the day become visible and seem to shine. The mines are detonated with special charges.